United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Recording of the roll, please.
All present?
Thank you. Item C, approval of the consent agenda.
Motion to approve the consent agenda. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Tower, second by Commissioner Seymour to approve the consent agenda as presented. Further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Corcoran? Yes. Mildred?
Yes.
Seymour?
Yes.
Tower?
Yes.
Bertha?
Yes. Approval of the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Corcoran, second by Commissioner Mildred to approve the agenda as presented. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item E, review and place on file the statement of revenue expenditures and monthly cash report.
Okay, thank you. Tonight I'm reporting the financials for the month ending 12/31/2016. We should be roughly halfway through our fiscal year budget in most areas. As usual, I'll move to the net revenue and expenditures for each of the funds. Most of the comments are the same as prior months. We'll kind of hit up just quickly here with the general fund. Again, we're going to see a negative fund balance, period fund balance throughout the rest of the fiscal year due to budgeting for use of fund balance for the local street paving project, which for 2016 that has been completed. And we'll be working on the 2017 project, and we'll probably see some expenditures before the end of this fiscal year in that as well. You notice this here, and I'll go through the major and local street funds as well, but it did shift those dollars from the major street to the local street where the expenditures were, those budgeted dollars. We did a few budget amendments in the system, in the BSNA system, and we'll be bringing those back to the commission for formal approval, hopefully at the next commission meeting. Appropriations Act within the budget, there'll be some additional things, but got some of the bigger items out of the way here. In the water and sewer funds as well, we kind of discussed some budget amendments that were needed for that as well. And we kind of had to push those through in the system. We had a phase 4 operating budget to put together for rural development. So we got them in the system. Again, I'll bring them back to the city commission for formal approval. Hopefully at the next commission meeting. But last month for November, you saw a bigger negative period fund balance in the general fund. Was due to transfer more to the local street fund for the project. Now that the major street has kicked in some dollars, that amount has gone down. So in the major streets, we budgeted for use of fund balance in the local street project, and that's this 110,000 negative here. So you're going to see that throughout the rest of the fiscal year. Those funds have been transferred over to the local streets. And then just in the local street fund, that project has been completed, and there was a big portion of the local street budget. Just move it up here, almost $500,000 that was spent. So a big portion of that budget, and that's why you're seeing 70% of their budgeted expenditures spent to date. Just some of the smaller funds. The library, again, funds received after the fiscal year. Big negative fund balance you see throughout the fiscal year, even more so this year because of the facade project. Recurring note there, in our 2015 street fund, debt service fund, interest payments made in January and July, and principal payment paid in January. So on the January financials, you'll see a big change here, and that will be making a big payment. The Memorial Building debt service fund, again, these bonds paid off, but we're still collecting some small revenue on delinquent personal property taxes that will go into this fund. Once we're done collecting those, this fund will go away. Any proceeds left over will be put toward other general obligation bonds. Loan insignificant to the Civic Center. In the equipment fund, if we look at the period fund balance, it was 17,000. We've kind of been seeing that decrease for the last couple of months with the increased activity. Now that the equipment rental is up with the winter maintenance, and you'll see that to continue throughout the rest of the fiscal year. In the water utility, we made I did a budget amendment. If you recall, we did not budget for winter water break activities. We did put a budget line item in there and just basically shifted dollars from transmission and distribution up to water break activities so we can better track it. And it makes sense for us to track it separately to budget for it separately as well. And in the sewer fund, I mentioned before that we got the SAW grant activity in this fiscal year, so we did a budget amendment to account for that SAW grant activity. Now you don't see the separate grant revenue since the revenues are shown in total. From the expenditure side, you see we did include some budget items there, and that'll take us through the rest of the fiscal year. But again, it is 100% grant. The revenues and expenditures are offset. And lastly, with the cemetery fund, again, just to mention the mowings, again, going forward this fiscal year, I anticipate us doing budget amendment in order to account for mowings at the end of the fiscal year. It's unlikely that we'll only need one prior to July 1st. So we'll kind of discuss that here next week. Is there any questions on the revenue expenditure report? If not, the cash balances report is also included, showing balances. There's no significant items that I need to address with that. If there's any questions, answer those.
I'll make a motion, we receive and place on file the 2 reports in the
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Seymour, second by Commissioner Tower, to receive and place on file the 2 reports as described in item E. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Moving on to item F, approval of the monthly cash register report.
Thank you. And the check register report for the month of September, in the packet was all the checks and the distribution of those. If there's any questions on those, we can discuss those now.
I'll make a motion to approve the monthly cash register
Was
report.
it cash register or check register?
Check register.
I'll second.
Motion by Commissioner Corcoran, second by Commissioner Seymour, to approve the monthly check register report. Further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Milburn.
Yes.
Seymour.
Yes.
Power.
Yes.
Corcoran.
Yes.
Birdsall.
Yes. Item G. Citizens wishing to address the commission on items on the agenda. None. Moving on to item H, citizens wishing to address the commission on items not on the agenda. None. Moving on to new business, item I. Discuss and consider approving resolution number 017-002 to comply with the provisions of Public Act 152 requesting exemption from the medical benefit plan.
Thank you. Public Act 152 was adopted a few years back, and this is something that needs to come back to the commission with each new medical benefit plan year. So the commission will take action. Again, there's four options: either the 80/20, adopting a hard cap as put in place by the state, doing nothing, and opting out. Again, doing nothing would disqualify us for some revenue sharing from the state. Opting out is an option. Historically, that's what the commission did. Through negotiations, there is a hard cap scenario that is in place with both unions as well as non-union. So again, bring it back to the commission for sort of decision on for benefit plan year for 2017.
Oh, I will make the motion. We approve resolution 01702 to comply with the public acts of 152, requesting the exemption, or giving the exemption.
Motion by Commissioner Milburn, second by Commissioner Corcoran to approve resolution number 017-002 to comply with the provisions of Public Act 152, requesting exemption?
No.
Granting exemption, excuse me, from the medical benefit plan. Further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Seymour.
Yes.
Tower.
Yes.
Corcoran.
Yes.
Mildred.
Yes.
Virgil.
Yes. And J, managers.
Again, it's a short agenda, so I won't belabor it. Again, a lot of the projects that we're going to be working on are listed in the report. You can take a look at those. A few items just to touch on. We've talked a number of times about program with the state MEDC, is redevelopment of communities, and hear that over and over again. It's a very important effort that the city's engaged in. And again, we're going to be going staff numbers, going through training on that tomorrow, and then training prior to that. Basically, so we're eligible to participate in this program, and along with that comes other programs and possibly grant opportunities through the state. So we'll keep you apprised of that effort. Staff is also working quite diligently on our hardest hit light grant. That's the dollars that we can use to remove lighted houses downtown. And again, we're anticipating somewhere in the area of 20 properties, depending on how bids come in, what have you. Staff has already identified and are working with 18 different property owners who are looking to participate in this program. So again, we want to get the properties have to be under public ownership, work those details out. Also working with the county land bank, and then going out for bids hopefully toward the end of February to get contractors ready to go for soon in the spring. There'll probably be a couple of different bid opportunities that we'll set out over the course of the summer. But first, what we'd like to package, 10 to 18 properties, probably more likely we can get those out. So we'll be bringing that to the commission here over the next month or so. I'm getting authorization to go out and get those that work. We are also starting negotiations with the AFSCME group, the AFSCME union group. So that starts this week. So just take your prize. We've got a closed session on that later in the meeting today. You probably haven't heard us talk about this recently, but the Aurora land survey plan. The city had moved forward with getting the property platted up there, which was a great stroke of business moving that forward, getting that land under private ownership. And again, the plat has been signed. It's gone to the state for final approval. And then there's some final paperwork, some final resolutions, and some cost share for the neighbors. We prepared that. The neighbor would pick it up part of the cost and the city pick up part of the cost. So we'll be bringing some of that back to the city commission over the next few meetings. The planning department staff community development is working on a rails to trails grant. It's a small grant, again, it's very competitive, so we're not sure how competitive our project will be, but we try to tackle something that hopefully will stick. But it's getting some additional signage along the Iron Belt Trail. So that'll be submitted here shortly, and we'll see how that plays out. And with that, it's one last thing. The City Commission had asked to set up some industrial tours in the industrial park businesses. So we'll start setting those up. And again, probably no perfect date to do that. So we had thought maybe before a city commission meeting on a Monday, try to take a tour. Will probably take we say approximately 2 hours. By the time we get there, go through it if we're done. So we'll start setting a few of those up and get the city commission to meet with some of the industrial park folks if you're available. So.
Thank you. Remote mentioned that you were looking at the noonish time frame for those, commission Mondays, is that right?
Yes, something around that. Does that seem okay? Is it as good as any time? So, okay, thanks.
Just wanted to, get a
Yes.
consensus from the rest of the commissioners if that worked. So,
Okay.
Thank you.
Just one thought on that. When I still work, and we all work, we would work in the morning, and if we were on a tour at lunchtime, and then it would be maybe a meeting before the city commission, before this meeting, and then this meeting. So it might possibly not the time to eat in the course of that day, from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. That might be a little tricky.
We'll take that into account. Good point. Great.
Maybe that's helpful.
I'm worried. I'm worried. I'll pack some sandwiches.
So,
Moving on to other matters, are there any other matters?
just to say that, continuing on with that industrial park, thought, I didn't add these numbers up exactly, but I think it was in excess of 450 jobs that we have in our industrial park. And I think it's a nice number, and I think we should feel really good about that. So, thank you to the Ironwood Industrial Commission and the EDC for their efforts.
Any other matters or concerns? Moving on to item L, would somebody entertain a motion to consider going into closed session to discuss contract negotiations with EMSCME local 1538?
I'll make a motion to go into closed session to discuss contract negotiations.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Cochran, seconded by Commissioner Seymour, to go into closed session to discuss, to enter closed session to discuss contract negotiations. Roll call vote, please.
Tower,
Yes.
Corcoran,
Yes.
Milgren,
Yes.
Seymour,
Yes.
Bertha.
Yes.
Yeah, the older, they're all people.
Yes, one of the left on my chair.